So what is failure? Well, very simply, failure is not achieving your intended goal. You set out to do something and it didn't quite work out the way you hoped it would. Well, guess what? If you're any type of entrepreneur, an innovator, you're trying to do something different, you're trying to improve your life, whatever it is, you're going to be eating failure for breakfast, lunch, and dinner most days. Okay, you're going to fail much more than you succeed. And that's the way it's supposed to be. So the question now becomes not whether or not you're going to fail at stuff. Okay, the question is very simply, how are you going to deal with it? And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So the thing about failure, and when it comes to failure, again, I'm speaking from my perspective, as an entrepreneur, and what I've learned from, people I've read, as well as people I've met and talked to. When it comes to failure, the thing about it is the crippling effect that it can have on you, because none of us like to fail, and especially in the system that we grew up in, failure is bad. And actually, evolutionarily, failure is bad, because if you fail at stuff, you probably end up getting killed. Okay, back in the days when we used to have to hunt for our food or be worried about the rival clan coming in, and taking our homes and stuff like that. So you don't want to fail, right? That's natural. But in our world, it's a lot different. Even though that stuff is still ingrained, you got to put failure or prospective failure into perspective. Otherwise, it'll stop you from even starting in the first place. Here's a way that you can think about it. Okay, just think about the worst thing that can happen. Okay, what's the worst thing that can happen? Realistically, what is the worst thing that could possibly happen? Okay, you already don't have your goal. You already haven't achieved it. So guess what? The worst thing that can happen is you don't achieve your goal. Well, guess what? You already don't have your goal, and you're still alive, right? You're not dead. So that's the worst thing that can happen. So when you put it into that perspective, well, it doesn't seem so bad. You might as well go for it, because you might actually get something. You may not get your goal, but you might actually get a little bit further than where you were before, right? So that's what you should be doing, okay? That should put it into perspective so that you actually can go out and actually move forward and actually try something, okay? But now you've gone and tried, you put your heart and soul into something, and it still didn't work out. So now what do you do? Well, what we tend to do, right, because we're only humans, we start beating ourselves up, and we start seeing all the ways that we made mistakes and everything we did wrong and everything we should have done and all that kind of stuff, okay? And that's fine, right? Because you're human, and at least I'm assuming you're human if you're watching this. Okay, what you should be doing after you get through the pity party stage, we all deserve a little pity party every so often. But once you get through that stage, what you should be doing is trying to figure out learn how you can learn from this, what you actually can improve on as a result, so you don't end up making the same mistakes. It's all fine to try something and fail, but if you don't learn from it, then it was worthless. Okay, then you wasted your time, and just sitting around and feeling bad for yourself and is psychologically healthy in the beginning, but if that's all you get out of it, then you're just wasting your time, okay? You're wasting your opportunities. So you want to learn from it so that you don't end up making the same mistake again. I'm making this video. I don't know if anyone's going to watch it. I don't know if anyone's going to like it. I don't know if anyone's going to care. But I'm making this video to make this video because I want to try something I've never really tried before, or move further in a certain direction. I've already made videos before, but I'm always trying to improve them and learn the process along the way. I mean, I've made some insane mistakes in my time, and you know what? I always try to learn from it, and these are like backbreaking mistakes. I'll probably go over some of them later on if people actually care to know. Let me know in the comments. But you know what, you got to rise above that, you know, because if you let the fear of failure or prospective failure, you know, take over, you will never do anything ever again. You'll actually, you know, you may try a couple things and then it putters out, and then, you know, you never go anywhere again. So what I want to hear from you is, what is it that you're frightened to do that you did anyways, or you're frightened to do that you're trying to get yourself to do? Let me know down below. Once again, thanks for watching.
How many of you know people who moan and groan and complain about life all the time, all right? They might moan and groan about their job. I'm sick of this job. I'm sick of you. And they just moan and groan and complain all the time.